everyone, I've got a few things to do in the garden this week, but first I'm going to show you something. Now this is how not to grow a cucumber. It germinated at the end of March and I kept it indoors, and then we got really warm weather, so I put it in the greenhouse. But then the weather changed again and it got really cold, frosty nights and everything, and I didn't get it in. So the poor thing has suffered all sorts of temperature changes. The slugs have eaten the bottom leaves, and also it is trying to produce a cucumber. So what I'm going to do is take that cucumber off, and then I shall repot it and see if I can resurrect the poor thing. Now here, this is what cucumbers should look like. These have only been up for about 3 weeks and they look a lot better, don't they? So I think I'll either not start them too soon or just definitely keep them indoors. Now these cucumbers are these midi-sized cucumbers, so they don't get too big. Emily, and also look on the back of the packet, all female fruiting, so you haven't got to worry about whether they're male or female flowers, and they're so easy to grow if you keep them indoors or protected from the frost or whatever and don't traumatize it like I have with this other first one. So yeah, I'll get the other one repotted and we'll see where we go from there. Now these runner beans are doing really well, so I need to tie them onto some canes. Now what I'm going to do is just tie them in a couple of places just to secure them, because especially when it's windy they will tend to start flopping over now. This one here has got really tall. And then as they grow, I'll just tie them in a bit. I'm just tying them gently. They don't need to be too tight because obviously the stem, got to make sure that doesn't get damaged. Right, that should start to hold those a bit more stable. Now this one here hasn't grown quite so tall yet, so I'm just going to tie it gently onto there, and then as it starts growing I can tighten a bit more. Right, there we go. They should be happier. These are 5-foot canes, which is the biggest ones I've got, so they'll have to do. So anyway, that's those done. Just put them back a little bit further now. There. I just want to show you these runner beans. I tied them up yesterday and already the main stem is curling around the canes, so they will self-support to a certain amount, but they might need just tying in a little bit as they get bigger. I thought I'd just show you that because that's just after 24 hours and they're doing their thing. Today what I'm going to do is tie up the peas. Now I've got 5 peas in this little pot here, so what I'm going to do is just put some canes around the edge next to each plant. Right, now what I'm going to do is tie a piece of string just to one cane, and then just gently pull that in and wind the string around. So I'm just going around each one, pull it tightly, right, there we are, and just tie that together. So it's made a very simple wigwam frame that will just support the peas as they are climbers. And then all I need to do is just attach each plant to their relevant cane. So here we go. This pea is not very tall, but I'm going to tie it in anyway. They produce these little tendrils here, so they will start to pull themselves up the cane. There we go. I have 2 pots of peas, so I'm just going to do the other one exactly the same and then put them at the side of the greenhouse where I'm going to grow all the veggies. Everything's looking well in this little corner. Got the 2 pots of kale, some beetroot and carrots coming through, and the 2 pots of peas, which has just been tied onto those canes, and they should happily climb up there. All the tomatoes in the greenhouse here are doing well, and a lot of them have actually got flowers now. And then in the bottom I have planted some French marigolds, which are coming into flower already. Now they are a good companion plant. They're supposed to deter the white fly and the red spider mite, and also attract pollinators. So whether they do their job or not, they will look pretty. so that's a good thing. Now here I have a Datura plant. Now these are poisonous. They're part of the nightshade family, so you have to be a bit careful where you put them, especially if you've got young children or pets around. But they do look pretty, and the slugs like to eat them, because I had one last year and the slugs just ate it down to the ground. So I'm going to put it in a pot and see how it does in here. So there we go. Been lovely if it does survive and have some flowers, because they do look really pretty. This is blackcurrant one, so it should be a nice deep purple. So there we go. These are the dahlias that I overwintered in the greenhouse. Now this is one of the dwarf ones, and it's actually got buds coming already. This pot here are ones that I grew from seed last year, and they've made it through, so these can go back in the garden. Now for some reason I've got another 2 pots. These are the dwarf ones as well, and they haven't come through at all. So I'm just going to tip those out, just see what's happened to the... Oh, there's a little worm in there, sorry, it made me jump. Now the tuber's still there, and it does feel quite solid actually, but it hasn't shot out, so I might give that another chance. It just means potting them back up. Now this one here has got a large tuber there, but no growth. So yeah, I'm not going to give up on those just yet, I don't think. Cover that one up now, because they haven't gone all, I thought they'd gone all to mush as they haven't shot out, but they haven't. So yeah, I'll put them back in the pots, give them a little bit longer, see if anything happens with those, and I'll get the others planted in. I've just put the tubers into some fresh compost, and then I'll leave the pots in the greenhouse for a little bit longer. Dahlias are now in the back border. Got the little one there, and then I've put two of the ones that I grew from seed last year, put two of those in the border, and the other two are in the front garden. Now here, this is where another dahlia is. It's got really large, well-established tubers, so I'm hoping that's going to come through okay, because obviously I didn't lift that one overwinter it. It's a bit breezy this morning, but I just want to show you the roses that are coming out already on that climber by the shed. So they're looking really good. And I've decided to put, oh, this is the, just going back a bit, this is the Salvia Hot Lips, and that is really coming out nicely now. I've decided to put one of the climbing nasturtiums there so it can climb up the bird table and into the rose. Now most of the roses have come into leaf nicely now, and this one here, the original pink one, has got buds, so that's coming along nicely, and so are the other ones that I bought. That's the red one, and I've got a white one over the back there. But what I want to show you is this yellow one. It's a really pale yellow, fragrant rose, and I was a bit worried about it, but Wendy, you were right. Down here in the first little leaf. So it's just taken a long time to wake up. So hopefully that will be okay this year. I was a bit worried that I was going to lose it, but bye for now. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.